Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Miami Dolphins. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Get 20! 58, Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd.
Let's go.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Who that?
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. This is caught by Antonio Brown. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Antonio Brown, an 80-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To the air, Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
52 is the mic right here.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Got it complete to Crabtree. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the gun, it's Allen. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. As far as undrafted players go, Philip Lindsay took most of the headlines a season ago, but remember, Robert Foster was undrafted out of Alabama as well, signed with the Bills in May of 2018, and had a pretty good year. 27 catches, 541 yards. On 1st down, Allen. He gets this one complete to Brent. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. It was a safety, Rashad Jones, that time, who was able to break up the play. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Bang, 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 bang.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. This is the 3rd-round pick out of FAU, Devin Singletary. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Dolphins' 47-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now, keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball was thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Jerry Hughes on the stop.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here we go. Mike 20. Mike 50. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
Fitzpatrick on 3rd and 2. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing Fitzpatrick. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Grant. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And the Dolphin first down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41.
Watch twins.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety. Regular. Safety creeping. Regular.
From the 36, Fitzpatrick. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do. On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
1st down, Dolphins.
Like 20! Undercut. Hey, 5-0.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Fitzpatrick with a completion there, and of course he's a journeyman, but the people in Buffalo know him because one of his stops on his journey was here as a starter for the Bills from 2009 to 2012. Buffalo was 20-33 in those starts before he would ship off to Tennessee in 2013. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Second and goal from the 1.
Here we go.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. David Montgomery, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14. Bills nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Allen. Crabtree has it. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Bills nothing.
The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing.
He's all alone. Tyrod Taylor. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyrod Taylor, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That goes for a gain of 31. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey, hold.
Operating from the gun. Allen. Rick's got it. Complete. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Allen. It's caught by Crabtree. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards that time and a Bills 1st down.
That's another Bills.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Fitzpatrick now after the fumble recovery. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So after the INT, it's Allen. A right side catch by Crabtree. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing now is Allen. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Allen to throw. Operating from the gun. And that's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 52.
Allen to throw again. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jordan Jenkins. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
And on 2nd and goal, they decide to throw it again, and this result is even worse. They take a sack. On first down, it was simply an incomplete pass. Not a good first 2 plays, beginning with 1st and goal.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. That'll be taken in by Beasley. Touchdown, Buffalo. Cole Beasley, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Hauschka with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Here we go.
He's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
It's a gain of 3.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check it backer, check it backer.
They go play action. Fitzpatrick. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 18 big yards on that one and a Miami first. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. On play action, Fitzpatrick. There, this is Parker, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
First down, Dolphins.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
First down, Miami.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
49. Strong.
Fitzpatrick to throw this time. And Brown's got it for a Dolphins touchdown. Antonio Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go!
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Let's get off the field, D.
Allen now throwing again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Here I come again.
Now Allen throwing on 3rd and long. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jordan Jenkins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
4th down.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Allen. It finds Crabtree for the completion. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And an alley to run. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen. He finds Kenny Britt. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burpo?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 44, Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Push him back. Push him back. Shift.
Here's Allen to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. The 40, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Touchdown, baby.
So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And here's Allen. Going to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on
Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Let's go.
By the way, 3rd quarter now in Cincinnati as we take a look at the NFL scoreboard. And that one pretty well wrapped up. The Bengals growing the lead even further. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Half 85, half 85.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Taco Charlton. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
After the sack on first down, Allen. And he's going to go down again. Taco Charlton able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Allen. Then he finds Beasley, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Check, 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 check.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
And the Dolphin first down.
Let's go, D. Two times. Hey. We got 3. Go to rest.
First down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
So we got man.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And the Bills have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Drop deep. Hatchet.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Why? Get wide.
They'll flip this quickly out to Beasley. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
3.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Check.
Operating from the gun, Allen. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And it is incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
35. Let's go, Mike. 50.
Hey, exit.
I know he ain't got it.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch time. Tight end right. 3 down. Watch 32.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Montgomery. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll stay on the ground. Balazs again. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Again, 4 yards. First down, Miami.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Dobbs on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Set, ready. You have the ending. In your face.
And they will take a knee here.
Dobbs on the keeper.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Today's final score, Dolphins.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Dolphins, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
180! What's that? Like 20! What's that? Strong. What's that? Like 20. What's that? Like 20. Left. What's that? Like 20. What's that? White 80! What's that? White 80! What's that? White 80! What's that? White 20 hard! Left, set! White 80! What's that? White 80! What's that? White 80! What's that? White 80! Strong. What's that? White 80! What's that? White 80! What's that? White 20! What's that? White 20! What's that? White 80! What's that? White 80! What's that? White 80! $52 and $56. What's that? White 80! What's that? White 80! Hey, what's that? White 80! That. White 20! White set! White 80! White set! White 20! White set! White 20! White set!